Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of Saguaro SaberCats varsity baseball, and the SaberCats begin their second game in the Cleat Sports Classic. And today's opponent, the Marcos Deniza Padres, in fact, first of two games today for Saguaro, as they'll take on Cactus Shadows a little bit later on this afternoon. Benji Ayala, the leadoff hitter for Marcos Deniza. He's up there with a count of a ball and a strike as Dakota Reistad gets the start today for Saguaro, and that ground ball is foul on the third base side, and the count goes to 1-2. Marcos Deniza 1-2 in tournament play as they have been busy. A single game, actually a doubleheader, I beg your pardon. They played two games on Monday as they lost to Desert Ridge and beat Cactus Shadows, and then lost a one-run ball game yesterday to Chaparral over at Chaparral High School. 2-2 the count now on Benji Ayala, the shortstop for Marcos Deniza. On the schedule that we had, this was supposed to be a home game for Marcos as the pitch misses, and it's 3-2 strikes, but there have been a few schedule revisions in the last several days due to a variety of circumstances. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's up and in, and that's ball four. So Ayala walks to lead off the ball game, and he's on at first base, and the batter is Nick Fatica. So Ayala starts at shortstop, Fatica the center fielder. Daniel Zepeda bats third as an extra hitter, as apparently Marcos Deniza will hit 10 today. Angelo Zacchio will bat fourth and play first base. Rashad Baker's in right field batting fifth. Dallas Sigrist at third base bats sixth. And as Ristad misses outside with the first one to Fatica for ball one. Max Burke at second base bats seventh. Jacquees Moore in left field is eighth. James Arguello is the catcher. He bats ninth. And again, it appears that Marcos will hit 10. Noel Rodriguez, the pitcher, bats 10th. There's a chopper off the plate. Ristad looks to second base, throws on to first. And a out recorded over there at first base, so the runner moves up. But a 1-3 ground out is the first out of the Padre first inning. And the batter is Daniel Zepeda. Dakota Reistad, the starting pitcher today for Saguaro. Shane Stansbury will catch. Reed Austin's at first base. Turner Lace plays second. John Nimps is at third, and Matt Morris is the shortstop. In the outfield, Austin Anderson in left, Zach Gibbons in center, Chris Ackman in right field. And a ground ball, that's foul on the third base side. And it's no balls and one strike. Just underway, top of the first inning from Saguaro High School. There's 5 teams in this division in the tournament. They're calling it the National Division. And at Desert Ridge, 2-0. Saguaro 1-0. They're the only two teams without a loss. Look back to second. Chaparral 1-1. Marcos Deniza 1-2. Cactus Shadows 0-2. And it's 4 pool games played, as Saguaro will play 2 today and 1 tomorrow. And a ground ball out to short. And then a throw on to first base, and Morris throws out Zepeda. Ayala goes to third on the play. And now Marcos Deniza will try to get a runner in from third base with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Angelo Zacchio, the first baseman. And he takes a breaking ball from Ristad over for a strike. Ristad, the right-hander, set as he looks over to third base. The 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at third base, top of the first inning at Saguaro. Here's the set from Reistad on the 0-2 pitch. And misses outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. We start 65 minutes late today. This was a scheduled 1 o'clock first pitch. But some sort of trouble with the umpires, whether they weren't called or went to the wrong field or whatever happened. They were late getting over here, and a ground ball over to third. Nims has it. He'll pump once, throw low, but Austin picks it out at first base. And that will end the Marcos Deniza first inning. No runs, no hits, a walk and a runner left after a half inning of play. It's Marcos Deniza nothing, and Saguaro coming up. To the bottom of the first inning we go, and Saguaro sends up Austin Anderson. And Anderson, first pitch, hunting right back up the middle and into center field. So Anderson with a single to start the ball game, and he's aboard at first base. And the batter is Zach Gibbons. Anderson starts in left, Gibbons in center. Chris Ackman will bat third and play right field. Hitting fourth is the first baseman, Reed Austin. Matt Morris bats fifth and plays shortstop. John Nims at third, hits sixth. I'll get you the rest after the first one to Gibbons. And that one's up the middle off the glove of the pitcher. That's going to be trouble, and that's going to be an infield base hit for Zach Gibbons. If the pitcher fields that clean, it's potentially a double play ball, but it goes off the tip of his glove and deflects toward first base. And nobody there for Marcos Deniza, so the first two aboard with nobody out for Chris Ackman. In the bottom third of the order quickly for Saguaro. Turner Lace at second, Shane Stansbury the catcher, and Nick Lagousas bats ninth as the DH, batting for Dakota Reistad. And the first one to Ackman called a strike. First two aboard and nobody out top of the make at the bottom of the first inning after Marcos Deniza did not score in the top of the first. Check at the runner at second base, the 0-1 pitch. That's on the inside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. Noel Rodriguez starts for Marcos Deniza. And a slow tapper on the first base side. That might be trouble there. They'll flip it to first. And Ackman is out at first base. Close play over there. And Marcos Deniza, good execution though, as Axio, the first baseman, throws to Rodriguez covering. And it's the first out. The runners move up a base each though, as Anderson goes to third and Gibbons to second. And it brings up Reed Austin. SaberCats now 8-2 on the season after the tournament win on Monday over Chaparral, as Austin takes strike one. 6-4 win in that one for the SaberCats on Monday. The 0-1 pitch. That's outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Back to the line for Rodriguez, the 1-1 pitch. And a high chopper up the middle will get a run in. It's fielded behind the bag, and a nice play to throw wide of first base. That'll be another infield base hit. And Zacchio, the first baseman, does a nice job to keep that ball from getting away and bringing in another run. Has to come way off the bag as Anderson scores to make it 1-0 SaberCats. Gibbons is over to third base, and Austin aboard at first with the infield single, and the batter is Matt Morris. And Morris going after the first one, fouls it out of play on the first base side, and it's strike one. Two aboard with one out, a run in for the SaberCats in the bottom of the first inning as they lead Marcos Deniza 1-0. And the set of the one strike pitch, and that's over the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Rest of the defense for the Padres, it's Moore, Fatica, and Baker in the outfield. Sigrist and Ayala on the left side of the infield. Burke and Zacchio on the right. Arguello catching Rodriguez. The two-strike pitch, and Morris lays off. The pitch called a ball, and it's 1-2. Morris trying to get that runner in from third base with only one out of the inning. And turn the throw to first base, and Austin is back Reed 3 for 3 in steals on the season. The 1-2 pitch and a breaking ball hit up the middle. That might be a double play ball. Oh, the ball thrown away, though, as it goes into center field. And a break there for the SaberCats. Gibbons scores on the play. And it goes as a fielder's choice and an RBI for Morris. And then an E6 on the play out to second base, or an E1, I beg your pardon, as Ayala went over to cover the bag. Rodriguez missed him and threw it into center field. So 2 aboard with 1 out, 2 runs in now for the SaberCats, and the batter is John Nims. And Nims takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1. That's outside, and it's a ball and a strike. You know, Rodriguez probably deserves a little better fate, although some of the trouble is was caused by himself with the bad throw there. But 2 infield singles and now a throwing error in the inning. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2 on John Nims. Austin at second, Morris at first with 1 out, 2-0 SaberCats, bottom of the first inning. The 2-1. And a breaking ball, and that's powered into center field, and on the run, the catch made in center field. For a moment there, it looked like that ball might get down, but Fatika runs well in center field, and he tracks it down for the second out. The runners have to retreat to their respective bases. And the batter will be Turner Lace. And the first one to Lace, a fastball outside for ball 1 from Noel Rodriguez. Look back to second base. Another check back and the 1-0 pitch. And that's hit down the right field line, but it's foul. And the count goes to 1-1. Marcos Deniza got a leadoff walk in the first inning and got the runner around to third, but could not bring him in. And then Saguaro answers in the bottom of the first inning. They do get on the scoreboard as they scored twice so far at the bottom of the first inning. And Nims make it Lace trying to keep it going here and add on. Breaking ball called a ball, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. It's outside, 3-1. Three balls and a strike on Lace. Sheen Stansbury next for the SaberCats. And a soft line drive, and that's over to first base, picked up by Zacchio, and the side is retired. SaberCats still get 2 runs in the first inning. They do it on 3 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left, and after 1, it's Saguaro 2 and Marcos Deniza nothing. Rashad Baker leads off for Marcos Deniza in the second inning, and he takes high and inside from Dakota Reistad. It's ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball into the hole. It's short. Grabbed there by Morris. He'll throw to first base. And that is in time. Morris shows the good range there, and then a good arm as well. Once he picks that one up in the hole and has enough to throw out Baker at first base. Now Dallas Sigris, the third baseman for the Padres. And the ball yanked foul down the left side, and that's a long, loud strike off the bat of Sigrist. The 0-1. And a breaking ball. It's over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Dakota Reistad, the starter for Saguaro, 1-0 on the season, an ERA of 5.83. He's tossed 6 innings, allowed 10 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Popped up, first base side foul territory. Austin will give chase, and it's just a step or two out of his reach. And the count stays 0-2. Reistad ready, another 0-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and Saguaro strikes out. And that's the first strikeout of the ball game for Reistad, and now will face the second baseman Max Burke. Reistad rocky in his last outing, which was March 2nd on the road at Seton. He got the start against the Sentinels and went just the first inning as Seton got some timely hitting and touched him up for 5 runs in the 1 inning of work. The 0-1. And a breaking ball and misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. 2-0 SaberCats. Padres batting in the top of the second inning. The 1-1 pitch. A fastball, and that's inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch, and that's outside, and it's 3 balls and a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Here in the top of the second inning. 3-1 on Burke. Jacquees Moore next for the Padres. And a ground ball over toward third. Nips has it. He'll step once and throw to first base. And that will retire the side. A 3-out, 3-down inning. Reistad has retired 6 in a row after a leadoff walk in the first. And after an inning and a half, the Padres trail the SaberCats 2-0. A 9-1 in the order for Saguaro in the top of the second inning. Shane Stansbury leads off. He took the first pitch high for a ball. And the next one a breaking ball. That one misses low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. That one called a strike. And it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. At the knees, another strike, and it's 2-2. Rodriguez to the line of the 2-2 pitch. Yeah, looked to be about the same spot. But called a ball, and it's 3-2. And a slow ground ball over on the first base side, and that's picked up by the first baseman, Zacchio, and he knows he's got to make the play on his own, so he gets over there as he wins the foot race to the bag. It's a 3-unassisted ground out for Shane Stansbury, and with 1 out, the batter is Nick Lagusis.
Now batting number 1, Nick Lagusis.
Lagusis in there and ready. The first pitch is a breaking ball, and that's high for ball 1. The 1 and the 1-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Austin Anderson next for the SaberCats. Saguaro leading 2-0. Batting in the second, the 1-1. And that's foul down the right field side and out of play. SaberCats going to turn right around and play another one this afternoon, hosting Cactus Shadows. And then they'll be at home again tomorrow for a 4 o'clock start against Desert Ridge. The 1-2 pitch. It's outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-2. Now 3-2 the count on Lagusis. And the 3-2. And that's near the outside corner for a call, third strike, and Lagusis is the second out. First strikeout for Rodriguez, and now we'll go after the SaberCat leadoff hitter as Austin Anderson steps in. Anderson came into the game batting .405 with a double and 5 knocked in. He singled and scored in the first inning. Austin shortened the bunt and takes a curveball from Rodriguez for strike 1. The 1-strike pitch. Anderson lays off. The pitch is low, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, and that one bounces and goes to the backstop, and the count's 2-1. 2-0 Saguaro, and the SaberCats are batting in the bottom of the second inning. Rodriguez into the line of the 2-1 pitch. That's low, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Rodriguez nods, the kick and the 3-1. And that's a ground ball over to first, off of the first baseman, and no play. And that'll prolong the inning for the SaberCats. Shakio has made a couple of good plays over there at first, but this time has trouble with the ground ball on an E3. Puts Austin on at first base. And the batter is Zach Gibbons. Gibbons came in hitting .412 with 5 doubles and a home run, 7 knocked in. And he had an infield single and scored a run his first time up. First pitch, a fastball, high for ball 1. Anderson 5 of 5 in steals on the season. And with 2 outs in the inning, might not be a bad idea to put him in motion here to try to get him into scoring position where a base hit could score him. He takes off, the pitch is outside, the throw to second base, and they got him out there at second. Sure enough, that throw right on the money as Arguello throws out Anderson. And Austin caught stealing for the first time this season, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and nobody left after 2. Saguaro leads Marcos Deniza 2-0. 9-1 for the Padres. In the third inning, Jaquez Moore takes strike 1 from Dakota Reistad. And the next one bounced in there, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Inside. 2 balls and a strike. James Arguello, the catcher. Noel Rodriguez, the pitcher, to follow for the Padres. I may have said 8-9-1. It's 8-9-10 in the order as the Padres are taking advantage of the tournament rules to get an extra hitter up there. A swing and a foul tip. And it's 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Reistad. That's high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a 3-2. And a ground ball over to third. Backhanded by Nips. Throws low. Austin can't pick it out. And Moore will stay at first base. An error on Nips to start the third inning. So Moore on at first base for James Arguello, the catcher.
Now batting number 20, James Arguello.
The first one to Arguello is up and in for ball 1. Padres got the leadoff hitter aboard in the first inning on a walk. Moved him around to third base but could not get him in. Now Moore reaches on an error to start the third. He goes. The pitch is low, and Stansbury not able to get the ball out of the glove clean on the transfer there. So Moore with a stolen base. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Arguello. Pitch pretty good there on 2-0. Called a ball, and it's 3-0. The set, the look back, and the 3-0 pitch. That's over for a strike from Reistad, and it's 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch. And a ground ball. That's foul wide of third. And the count runs to 3-2. SaberCats, 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. And that's been the only score to this point, playing now on the top of the third. The set, the turn back. And out at second base is the call. And Lace got over there, the throw, and then the quick tag. Moore trying to get back and could not get back to the base. And that's a big pickoff there to retire that runner with nobody out and a runner in scoring position. Now 1 out with the bases empty. And a pitch away from getting a second out here. 3-2 on Arguello. And a line drive, and that makes the pickoff even bigger because that's a base hit into center field, which potentially could have scored the run. He probably would have had to stay tight to make sure that ball got over the head of Morris, but it is a base hit, the first hit of the ball game for the Padres. And now a courtesy runner is Brian Drew will run for Arguello at first base. So the batter is Noah Rodriguez. First one is low for ball 1. So runner at first and 1 out in the top of the third inning. Padres trailing Saguaro by a score of 2-0. Runner goes, the ball popped up, and we got a chance at a double play there, and they've got it now as Morris made the catch on the pop-up, and they double up the courtesy runner Drew. And that will end the Padre third inning. No runs, a hit, 1 error, no runners left after 2.5. It's still 2-0 Saguaro. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Saguaro. In the bottom of the third, Zach Gibbons takes a strike on the outside corner. Gibbons was at the plate when Anderson was caught stealing to end the second. The 0-1. And a breaking ball off the end of the bat, but that'll get into right field and down for a base hit. So Zach with his second base hit. And the batter is Chris Ackman. Ackman grounded out his first time up, but came into the ball game batting .459 with 3 doubles and a home run. He's knocked in 10.
Now batting number 24, Chris Ackman.
And Ackman, that's a line drive and a base hit. That's into left field. And so 2 hits to start the bottom of the third inning. And the batter is Reed Austin, who had an infield single his first time up.
Now batting first baseman, number 15, Reed Austin.
Austin entered the day batting .400, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 6 RBI. As he takes ball 1. Gibbons at second, Ackman at first, and nobody out. Bottom of inning number 3 at Saguaro High School. SaberCats leading the Padres 2-0. And a fly ball into center field. Patika over in a couple of steps and makes the catch. So Austin flies out, runners not able to advance. And the batter is Matt Morris, who had a fielder's choice and an RBI his first time up.
Now batting shortstop, number 6.
His average coming in .471, 5 doubles, a triple, team high 3 home runs, team high 21 knocked in. So that RBI in the first inning is 22nd of the season. And the pitch is low for a ball. But 21 RBI in the first 10 games for Morris. Now the 1-0 pitch. They'll take that one near the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. Gibbons at second, Ackman at first with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Game 1 today for the SaberCats. Saguaro will play Cactus Shadows a little later on. That's scheduled for a 4 o'clock start, although that may be in jeopardy as the breaking ball is high and inside, and it's 2-1. Again, this game was supposed to start at 1 o'clock, and because of troubles, communication, scheduling, what have you, with the umpires, this one didn't get going until 2:05. And there's a line drive, and that's a base hit inside the bag at third, all the way down the line, and it'll get to the warning track. Scoring on the play is Gibbons, Ackman to third, and Matt Morris to second base. For Matt Morris, his 22nd run driven in, his 6th double of the season. And the SaberCats lead the Padres 3-0. And now Marcos Deniza is going to bring the infield in here. Trying to shut down the scoring for the SaberCats as John Nemps will bat with 2 in scoring position and only 1 away. Nemps a .407 hitter with 2 doubles and a triple. And he takes strike 1. Nemps has knocked in 11 on the season. And a golden opportunity to add to that total. The 0-1. And a breaking ball. Yeah, that's called a strike, and it's 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. Off the handle, that's going to be trouble, and that's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Morris going to be waved around. He will score on about a 120-foot soft line drive. 2 runs will come in as Nemps gets RBIs 12 and 13 on the season. As Ackman scores easily, Morris scores easily. It is a 3-run third inning, and the SaberCats lead Marcos Deniza 5-0. And Arguello out to talk to Rodriguez. Now Turner Lace, who lined out to end the first inning. He's batting .423 with a double and a home run, 6 knocked in. Ball off the handle of the bat, fouled back and out of play. Rodriguez with the set, the pitch, and that ball hit pretty well out to center field, but Fatika's going to get another chance. He makes the catch, and then they throw right on the money at first base, and that turned into a pretty close play over there. So 2 away as Lace flies out, and the batter is Shane Stansbury. Stansbury batting .350 with a double and a triple, 4 knocked in. He grounded out his first time up. And a slow chopper to the left side. Segras will get it. He'll throw almost threw a changeup over there to first base, but got it over there as he had time once he picked up the ground ball. And that will retire the side. Saguaro gets 3 more runs. They do it on 4 base hits, and they leave one after 3 innings of play. It's the SaberCats 5 and the Padres nothing. Top of the order for Marcos Deniza in the 4th inning, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. And it's a new hitter up there for the Padres. And a fly ball into shallow left. It'll be Morris, the shortstop, back in the outfield grass, and he's got it for the first out. 15 was the hitter there. That was not a number that we had from the lineup card that we saw, so it may have been a player added later on. You know, sometimes the coaches go through and they add all their subs and they don't get somebody on there. They either do it from memory or try to do it in numerical order and miss somebody, something like that. But that hitter was batting for Ayala. Now Nick Fatica with a pop-up, and that's Morris right back at about the same spot, down a little bit deeper. But another pop-up, and that's out number 2. So a couple of pitches and a couple of outs for the Padres in the top of the 4th inning as they trail Saguaro by a score of 5-0. And the batter is Daniel Zepeda. He grounded out to Morris in the first. And a breaking ball from Dakota Reistad misses inside for ball 1. Reistad ready, and the next one inside. That's off the glove of Stansbury, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Well, you figure that Zepeda was probably up there taking a pitch or two, considering that Reistad got the first 2 out so quickly. But Dakota not able to jump in front of him there. Instead, falls behind on the count 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. And a ground ball over to third. Nimps plays it behind the bag, sets his feet, throws to first. And out at the first base bag, there is the call. Zepeda grounds out. And again, that's a nice play for Nimps because he got to the baseball and then set his feet and poured it across the first base to get the out. And that ends the Padre 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Marcos Deniza. And after 3.5 innings, the Padres trail the SaberCats by a score of 5-0. 9-1-2 for the SaberCats at the bottom of the 4th inning, and Nick Lagusis going after the first pitch, fouls it out of play on the first base side. Lagusis batting .438 with a couple of doubles and 5 RBI. That's coming into the ball game. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Now the 0-1, and that's hit right back up the middle. That's into center field, and it's a leadoff base hit for the SaberCats. The 8th hit in the ball game now for Saguaro. And Lagusis aboard at first base for Austin Anderson. Anderson with a single and a run in the first. He reached on an error in the second. And the first one to Anderson over for a strike. And now the set from Rodriguez and the 0-1, and that's over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. Lagousas aboard at first base to start the inning for the SaberCats. Here's the set for Rodriguez. He'll check the runner in the 0-2 pitch. And Anderson goes the other way and lines a ball into left field for a base hit, and that'll put the first two aboard now for Saguaro. So Austin with his second base hit of the ball game, the second hit of the inning, the ninth of the game for Saguaro. And it brings up Zach Gibbons. And Gibbons has gone 2 for 2 today. An infield single and a run in the first, a single and a run in the third. Bullpen activity for the Padres. They got a right-hander starting to get loose here, and Rodriguez may be on a bit of a short leash here, and a fly ball out to Fatica in center field. He's got the catch as Lagousas bluffs but can't go anywhere at second base, and it's actually not Fatica, I beg your pardon, it's Creston Woods, the new center fielder for Marcos Deniza. So Woods, the new center fielder. Moore came in from left field to replace Ayala at shortstop. That happened in the last inning, and I mentioned there was a new hitter for Benji Ayala, number 15, who was not on the lineup card that we saw before the ball game. Of course, there was plenty of time to make changes there as Chris Ackman bats, and Ackman takes ball 1. And now Arguello will go out. He was out there quickly, but now back behind the plate. Again, a 65-minute delay to start the ball game today. It was supposed to be a 1 o'clock first pitch. Instead, we start at 2:05 this afternoon. And they'll be playing catch-up the rest of the day here as the SaberCats have another game this afternoon as Ackman hits a high fly ball, shallow center field. Woods is going to come in several steps and make the catch. And again, Lagousas has to stay put at second base. So now 2 aboard with 2 outs, and the batter is Reed Austin. And give Rodriguez a little bit of credit after giving up base hits to the number 9 hitter and the 1 hitter. He's gotten 2 and 3 in the order to hit fly balls, and he's 1 out away from getting out of the inning. You kind of figure that he's also another base hit or a run away from being knocked out of the ball game. And Reed Austin will try to do just that, but Reed takes strike 1. Austin with an infield single in the first inning and a fly out to center in the third. 5-0 SaberCats. Saguaro batting in the bottom of the 4th inning. First of 2 games today for the SaberCats as the breaking ball is called a strike, and it's 0-2. Matt Morris next for Saguaro. The 0-2 pitch. Yeah, that one pretty close. Called the ball. Austin even started to get the bat going there, but he held off. And Rodriguez sets, and the 1-2 pitch. And the runner goes, the pitch low, the throw to third base bounces in. And the SaberCats successful on the double steal. So Lagousas steals his first base. Anderson follows. That'll be still on base number 6 for Austin. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reed Austin. And the 2-2. The breaking ball, that's outside, and it's 3-2. Rodriguez back to the line of the 3-2 pitch. And a fastball, that's hit slowly over toward third. Sigris will field, throw on the run. And that is in time at first base. And that's pretty good pitching there for Rodriguez. He goes, after 2 base hits, goes 2, 3, and 4 through the order to get 2 fly balls and a ground out. And for the SaberCats, no runs and 2 hits, they leave 2. And after 4 innings of play, Saguaro still leads Marcos Deniza 5-0. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Padres in the 5th inning, and Angelo Zacchio will take outside and low, and that one goes to the backstop. Dakota Reistad out for another inning of work. He's been solid through 4 innings for Saguaro. No runs and only 1 hit allowed, plus 1 walk. Just 1 strikeout as well, but again, he's been very efficient going through the Padre order. Retired 6 in a row at one point, and he's retired 4 in a row now. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that's a breaking ball, and it's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Five to nothing SaberCats. And the Padres hitting in the top of the 5th inning, the 1-1 pitch. And that one's fouled straight back. And over the backstop, and the count goes to 1-2. Zacchio grounded out his first time up. That ended the 1st inning. Reistad ready in the next one, the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. He strikes out Zacchio to start the Padre 5th inning. That is strikeout number 2 for Dakota Reistad. And the batter is Rashad Baker. Baker, the Padre right fielder, he grounded out his first time up. That started the 2nd inning for Marcos Deniza. SaberCats with 2 runs in the 1st inning and 3 runs in the 3rd. And the first pitch to Baker is high for ball 1. Slow chopper over toward 3rd. Nips fields. He'll throw it right on to first base, and that's in time for out number 2. It's 4 groundouts to Nips over at 3rd base today. And now the batter is Dallas Sigrist. Sigrist struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. And a pitch outside, and it's ball 1, 1-0. Again, this is American Division play in the Cleat Sports Classic. Desert Ridge 2-0 in division play as a pitch is over for a strike. It's 1-1. Saguaro 1-0. Chaparral 1-1. Marcos Deniza 1-2. Cactus Shadows 0-2. And the next one misses now, and it's 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs and the base is empty in the top of the 5th inning. The Padres trailing the SaberCats 5-0. And Reistad with a 2-1 pitch. And that's yanked foul down the left side, out of play, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's the only 1 o'clock game today in this division anyway. Everything else is at 4 o'clock. As Saguaro will host Cactus Shadows. Chaparral is at Desert Ridge. Yeah, that pitch over the outside corner, a called 3rd strike. Another 3 up, 3 down inning. That's the 3rd 3 up and 3 down Reistad has had today. He gets 2 strikeouts in the 5th, and he's got 3 in the ball game. And after 4.5 innings of play, the Padres still trail the SaberCats 5-0. And Morris will start things off for Saguaro in the bottom of the 5th inning. And he takes the first pitch outside for a ball from a new Padre pitcher as Marco Alvarez is on in relief of Noel Rodriguez. The 1-0 pitch, and that's a line drive and a base hit into left field. So Morris with a leadoff base hit, his 2nd of the ball game. Morris now 2 for 3 today, and the batter is John Nips. Noel Rodriguez, then the starter for Marcos Deniza, goes 4 innings. He allows 9 hits, 5 runs all earned. No walks and a strikeout. Morris 3 for 3 in steals, and a slow ground ball. That's foul. Wide of the bag. Nips with a fly out his first time up, a 2-run single in the third. Now the set and the 1-strike pitch. That's inside and low, and it's 1-1. Turner Lace next for the SaberCats. The 1-1 pitch. That's low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 on John Nemts. Alvarez sets and is 2-1. And that's a line drive, and that's into left field, a base hit. First 2 aboard again for Saguaro. They had that in the 4th inning, but then failed to score. We'll see what happens here in the 5th. In fact, looking back over the scorebook now, it's the 4th time in 5 innings that Saguaro has put the first 2 aboard. They had back-to-back singles in the first. Both runners scored. Back-to-back singles in the third, and both scored. Back-to-back singles in the 4th. I mentioned they were not able to score. Now we'll see what happens in inning number 5. Turner Lace at the plate, 0 for 2. A line out and a fly out. He's got a base hit here, though, and a fly ball goes into center field. And a little delay getting the throw in, but Woods brings it back in. It's 3 straight singles to start the SaberCat 5th inning. And the batter is Shane Stansbury. Stansbury has grounded out twice. And the first pitch over for a strike. Morris at third, Nimps at second, Lace at first, and nobody out for Saguaro in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-strike pitch. That's low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Now the bullpen is quiet for Marcos Deniza. Of course, in high school, that doesn't necessarily mean they don't have one ready. Sometimes it's the guy coming out of the plate or out in the play as that ball is tapped to Alvarez, and he flips it to the plate. Arguello with the foot on the plate, and they get the out. 1-2 on the force of Morris for the first out. Bases still loaded with 1 away, and the batter is Nick Lagusis. But I was trying to say that you get Michael Bloom to run at first base as a courtesy runner, but I was trying to say that the next relief pitcher could come from somebody in the field. One of the position players could be ready to pitch. And the first one to Lagusis is low for ball 1. Bases loaded with 1 out, still a 5-0 score. SaberCats with the lead. The 1-0 pitch. And that's hit hard out towards second. Could be 2 as they get the out at second base. The throw on to first. And that is in time. It's a ground ball double play rather. And SaberCats, after loading the bases, fail to score. And that will end the inning. No runs on 3 base hits. And 1 runner left after 5 innings of play. It's Saguaro 5 and Cactus Shadows 0. Max Burke, the leadoff hitter for Marcos Deniza in the 6th, and he takes strike 1 from Dakota Reistad. The 0-1 pitch, and that's fouled out of play. Now Reistad with the 0-2 pitch, and that's over for strike 3. 3 quick strikes from Dakota Reistad, his 4th strikeout of the ball game. It's the first out of the 6th. And the batter is Jacquees Moore.
Now batting number 4, Jacquees Moore.
And Moore takes on the inside corner for a strike. Moore reached on an error his first time up. The 0-1. And it's a breaking ball. It's inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Reistad back to work with a 1-1 pitch. Ball bunted, but bunted foul. Hit Moore, I think, while he was still in the batter's box, so the count goes to 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Off the handle of the bat, fouled back out of play. Eight in a row retired by Reistad. The 1-2 pitch. And a comebacker. Dakota's got it. He'll step and throw it on to first base. And Moore is retired. 1-3 on the ground out. 2 away in the Padres 6th. And the batter is James Arguello.
You did really good at that, Britt. What? You did really good at that.
Now batting number 20, James Arguello.
And these two teams met a year ago in a different tournament, but here at Saguaro as well, and SaberCats won that one. That was a good ball game, 6-5. Yes, the first one to Arguello, I believe, was a ball. But Marcos Deniza scored single runs. Yes, the count goes to 2-0. They scored single runs in the 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and led 5-0 going to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Saguaro came back with 3 in the 5th. And, actually, let me back up a little bit here. The pitch over, a strike, 2-1. They got, Marcos got all those single runs. It was 4-0 after 4.5. And then Saguaro scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning to cut it to 4-3. Marcos added a run in the 6th to go up 5-3. SaberCats got 3 in the bottom of the 6th to lead 6-5, and then a 3-up, 3-down in the 7th. And a ground ball to the right side. That's grabbed there by Lace. And his throw on to Austin at first base in time. And it's another 3-up, 3-down inning. 10 in a row retired by Dakota Reistad. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-0 Saguaro. Top of the order for Saguaro in the bottom of the 6th. Austin Anderson takes the first pitch low for a ball. Marcos Deniza continues to empty the bench here. Several more substitutions. Austin Sigrist is now the new left fielder. So the next one is low, and it's 2-0. Our mystery guy, number 15, moves from left field to right field. Jordan Goolsey is the new third baseman for the Padres. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Adam Woods, the new second baseman, and Joey Vitale, the new first baseman. Ball popped up, third base side in foul territory, and that's caught over there by Goolsey for the first out. One away for Zach Gibbons.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Zach Gibbons.
And Gibbons takes a strike over the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch. That's outside, and it's 1-1. So there's been a substitution at every position for the Padres except behind the plate. James Arguello still back there for the Padres. The 1-1 pitch. And a curveball and a high fly ball out to left. Sigrist going to go back. Still running back and did not pick it up there. was tracking it, but he was running pretty hard going back to try to get to it, and it comes off his glove as he falls away from the infield. And it's down, and Gibbons gets himself into scoring position at second base, and the batter is Chris Ackman.
Now batting right fielder number 24, Chris Ackman.
Yeah, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Ackman going after a pitch, and it's a fly ball into center field. And that's down in front of Woods for a base hit. And that ball came off the bat. I thought Woods might have a chance at it, but he didn't get much of a break on the baseball. And so Ackman with his second hit. Gibbons gets to third base. He had to make sure that the ball was down. And now runners at the corners with one out for Reed Austin.
Now batting first baseman number 15, Reed Austin.
Are you going to Austin's sister?
Yeah, the first pitch is low and inside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch, and that's a ground ball over to third. Goolsey will recover and then throw to second base, and they get the out at second. Boy, you bobble that baseball, and your thought is to throw it across to first, but Goolsey throws to the runner to get the runner at second base. So Ackman is forced. Austin aboard on the fielder's choice, and with that ball right by Gibbons, he had to stay put.
Now batting shortstop number 6, Matt Morris.
Go, Matt.
Now with runners at first and third and 2 outs, Matt Morris going after the first pitch, and that's fouled out of play.
No, because we still have another inning. But okay, after this, they need 3 outs. No, I know that. Like what happened the other day when they're out and we're winning.
When we don't bat again.
Yeah, that's right. After this, they don't.
No balls and a strike on Morris. A big jump over at first base for Reed Austin, and he will steal the bag standing up. He got a big jump, and then it was a breaking ball that Arguello couldn't backhand. And so the count goes to 1-1. 2 in scoring position for Morris with already a couple of RBI today. And a fastball over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And with a couple of base hits and 3 at-bats. And he swings and misses on a breaking ball there. And Morris strikes out to end the inning. No runs on a couple of more base hits. The SaberCats have had 7 base hits in the last 3 innings and have not been able to get a run across. They leave a couple of more on. And after 6 innings of play, it's Saguaro 5 and Marcos Deniza nothing. And playing in the 7th inning, Marco Alvarez bats. And a ground ball out to the new Saguaro shortstop. It's John Nimps. On to the new SaberCat first baseman, Chris Ackman. And there's 1 out. Now back to the top of the order with 1 out and the bases empty. And a ground ball over toward first, and that's snared by Chris Ackman. He'll tap the bag, and there's 2 away. 2 outs for Creston Woods as he bats for the first time.
Now batting
Padres down to their
Woods.
final out here in the 7th inning. And the first pitch inside for a ball. Michael Bloom is the new right fielder for Saguaro. That moved Ackman into first, Reed Austin over to third base, and Nips to short as Morris is out of the ball game. Pitch over to Woods. A strike, and it's 1-1. Next one bounced in there. Got a new catcher in as well as Brandon Allen gets his, I think that's his first appearance. Of course, he was injured to start the season, walking around in that boot for quite a while, but he's back there behind the plate now for the SaberCats. Dakota Reistad trying to throw a complete game here. He's got a 5-0 lead in the 7th. The 2-1. A little bit high, 3 balls and a strike. 5 runs on just, well, I should say just 5 runs on 14 base hits for Saguaro. Ball into right field, and Bloom's got a chance, and he'll put it away, and that will end the ball game. The catch made in right field, and that will retire the side. Marcos Deniza just kind of overmatched and quiet throughout the ball game. Just 1 base hit for the Padres as they go up and down in order in 5 different innings. And SaberCats win the ball game by a final of 5-0. No runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and just 1 runner left on base for Marcos Deniza for Saguaro. 5 runs on 14 hits, 1 SaberCat error, and Saguaro leaves 8 runners on base. And let's see, I think it's actually going to be 9 runners left on base for Saguaro. The winning pitcher is Dakota Reistad. He goes to 2-0 on the season. Noel Rodriguez takes the loss for Marcos Deniza. And the SaberCats improve to 9-2 overall. And Saguaro now 2-0 in tournament play. Marcos Deniza takes the loss. They're now 1-3 in tournament play. SaberCats are going to come right back and play another one here. We'll see what time they get started. Scheduled for a 4 o'clock start. That's about 25 minutes from now, so the first pitch may be delayed a bit, but we'll see. And a good win today for the SaberCats, a shutout over Marcos Deniza as Dakota Reistad throws a 1-hitter. Final in the ballgame then, it's Saguaro 5 and Marcos Deniza 0 from Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We'll talk to you again shortly for game number 2 today when Saguaro takes on Cactus Shadows.